started out initially trying to see if we could do a film. And it was a learning experience with the first film. This was more, we had to do it because it was the 50th anniversary. We had an entire different film that we were getting ready to partner with the twins who just did that. They did a documentary on tennis or something that was a 30 for 30 they just released. Lisa and Nancy. We were going to do that with them, and then kind of, things went a different road. But this other film, it talks about really the personal impact in lives. And when we look at the 30 plus NBA players, they pale in comparison to the guys that made something of their lives and were, as you saw with Arnold Webster. That guy was a doctor. He was a superintendent in Roselle Park, New Jersey. Like, there's a ton of different people with stories like that that is really the gold. We like the glamour and the passes, but really it was about life impact because it was critical. They started in 1965 when there was really the possibility of the tournament never happening again. Many leaders had been killed. Malcolm was assassinated in 65. There's all this stuff going on, and Selma and all these marches and all this stuff, and then they band together to do something that was positive. That's what it's about. And it's more about that. It's more about helping them to see that any grassroots effort that you do can live for 50 years. And whether it's you with a whistle, Rucker had a whistle, a ball, and a stopwatch. And he made it happen. And then guys took to it, and that's what it's about. For us, it's about celebrating 50 years of something that could have not happened. And us taking the time to recognize that and celebrate things that your parents and your ancestors have done. Spend too much time praising teenagers. The Rucker feature is written. We have an Academy Award winning director who wants to do it. But we got, as anything, we got to get funding. But the truth is stranger than fiction. So we span the decades. It's really a story that really follows Bob McCullough's life and really takes us through all the highlights, all the legends, all the gangsters, and all of the politicians that are involved with Harlem and how it's been. It's an exciting story. It's very dynamic. It's very visually, something that's leaves you an indelible mark in your mind about what Harlem was really about. And we're about telling our own stories. We got a ton of content that we've built up from stories and letters of intent for different people. There's so many stories. You look at Nancy Lieberman, who many people don't even understood how she used to take the train from Far Rockaway to play in Rucker Park. And she would play there when there was no games. And then when she became famous, she came back and wanted to play with the dudes. And that's how real it was. She just heard about the park, and dudes would ride her back on the train when she talked about having a prejudiced mom. And the mom's like, what is going on? But she had to separate herself from that because these guys cared for her daughter. Basketball separates and divides in different ways, but we have to use it as a tool. And we're so proud to be able to talk about the stories from Hawthorne Wingo's, the first guy to win a championship that was discovered in Rucker. We have content for days, but it's not all Rucker content. We got a ton of stories, and we want to tell our stories. We're working on the Sandman Sims project as well, and trying to get that situated. But ultimately, we want to have people contact us at bob@harlemprofessionals.com. bob@harlemprofessionals.com. You can reach me there, and we can make it happen. You have it. You have it. We run the Fatherhood Image Film Festival, and we've accepted films on vines. So you can make if you can tell a story in 3 steps in a 5-second vine, that's a story. But realistically, you have the resources. There's no way. Practice making films. Your practice films will be good enough if you keep practicing and cutting your teeth on, and watch a lot of stuff that you watch for technical reasons. Don't let it get in your head and you don't use it. Because if I can get in your head, I can get in your heart. And in your heart, I am you. So be careful of the imagery you take in, and then create, create, create.
Thank you.